This is Joe Ferris. This is your fabulous home inspector, and he is going to walk us through the house and tell us things that we need to either look at, address, or discuss. So I'm going to let you take it from here, Joe.
Okay. We're going to start in the garage because I want to start talking about the attic. But all in all, before I start, I feel like this is a well-built home. A lot of the things I want to tell you about is just minor, but I have a good feeling about the house, nothing major. I feel like the builder did a pretty good job. But anyway, so in the attic, there were just a couple things I was telling Elizabeth before we turned on the video. A couple of things that the carpenters did that I wasn't really happy about. Some support, I feel like some more support's needed in areas. The way they did the rafters. It's not crucial. I mean, you wouldn't know unless you were up there, but just maybe having a good carpenter go up there and add some support where I'll have pictures in the report of where I want to see more support added. There was one small little wet stain on the porch, and we can look at that when we go out there, Elizabeth, but where the porch meets the kitchen roof, there's a little wet stain there, and it was registering a little bit high on my moisture meter. So I think there's just a little leak going on there that we're gonna have to get a roofing contractor to look at. It wasn't major, it hasn't caused any damage, but it was just a little wet spot that I noticed when I was up there. And then there was also a couple like loose wire ends up there, electrical wire ends that needed to be placed in a box or removed. And then there was some insulation missing in areas where people had been up there working and they just pushed the insulation back and they didn't put it back in place. So that would be in there. And then there were a couple of chases up there where you could look down and see like where the fireplace is. It's the one upstairs. And that just had a big void where it wasn't insulated, so that needs to be insulated. So all that will be in the report. I'll have pictures of all that, and all that will be in there. I think that was it for the attic. While we're in the garage, everything out here looked good. There's minor cracks in the floor. That's typical. I would just recommend sealing those with some kind of concrete sealant or caulking. Let's see. Yeah, the garage door opener worked fine. The electrical panel. There's two electrical panels in this house. There's one here and then there's one in the basement. And we'll look at that when we get down there. The only thing I didn't like about this one, and Elizabeth, you hear me say this a lot, this is a Cutler hammer panel and there's Siemens breakers in it. I think that might be the only one. But they all have to be Cutler hammer or compatible with this panel. And then also, I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but I'll have pictures of this in the report. The neutrals and the grounds are sharing the same bar in this panel, and you're not supposed to do that after the service panel, which is outside. Now, I wasn't able to open up the service panel, so they maybe had to do that in this situation. I just want to get an electrician to verify that. Let's walk around outside and I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's two shutoffs. There's a panel here and there's a panel over there, and these are both shut-offs. One's for the garage and one is for the basement. So usually when you see these, the neutrals and the grounds are separated inside the other panel. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'll put that in there. And then this dead front on this cover, see how there's a gap right here? It's not pushed back in there. So have somebody fix that too. These I don't mess with. I don't take those dead front covers off because it's not safe for me to do that. So, but anyway, so just little things like that with the electrical. It was really hard for me to get these open the first time too. Okay, now I want to go back in the garage. So, did you know there's a radon mitigation system here, Elizabeth?
I can't remember if I knew that or not.
Okay, well, I just wanted to show you, this is the pipe for it.
Okay.
And it goes into the attic, and it all looks good. But it's good that we're doing a radon test here because we want to make sure that it's working properly. So I could see the fan in the attic, and it was working fine. Also in this attic, I don't know if you looked up there, but this one was built for storage. So it's really wide open up there with plywood, so you could put any kind of storage up there if you want to. I'll have pictures of that outside. I think that's it out here.
Okay.
All right? You know what, let's do a loop around the outside of the house, and then we'll come back inside. Since we're here, that way I can, while the roofing stuff is on my mind.
Yep.
And before it rains, I can home for a storm. Okay, so there's manufacturer specifications for this kind of siding, and I see this a lot where it's not followed. We took classes on that, and that's the reason we know, most home inspectors know. But things like this window is missing drip edge. Mm-hmm. Now I'll show you when we get on that side of the house because those windows have it. I don't know why they just did one side of the house and they didn't do the rest, but maybe they ran out. So that's one thing that they should have done when they put the siding on that I'll note. And then also, this kind of siding, you're not supposed to put the gutter against it like that. The end's not supposed to hit the siding. There's supposed to be a 1-inch gap. And then there's supposed to be a kick out on the top of the roof where that gap is. So I'm going to note that too. That's also a manufacturer's specification for this siding. So just little things like that. See the dormers up there? See the siding where it meets the shingles? It's deteriorated. This one was really bad. And the reason that it's doing that, once again, the manufacturer's specifications say you're not supposed to put this kind of siding against the roof shingles.